Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending when you're watching this video. Welcome back to my channel. So just a little kind of warming basket this time. No, this is what, just over 2 weeks worth. I have now started the next one, so this is just basically up until last weekend, which would have been 22nd of August, something like that. So I'm just going to dive right in. So, warmed Mandalorian Air of Adventure. So the scent description of this: Air of adventure, silver mint like Mandalorian armour surrounds crisp bergamot and earthy sweet geranium, while a touch of eucalyptus and bright orange zest hint at the adventures ahead. And this one is in my Scentsy Club. It's going to stay in my Scentsy Club. It's quite earthy. I almost feel like there should be sage in it. It's almost like that earthy sage scent, but so nice. Then we have Birthday Wishes, which is rainbow sugar sprinkles add a sweet surprise to comforting cake batter and whipped vanilla. And this one, it's really nice. It's not as strong as I hoped it would be, but I mixed this with Faithful Friends. So I did try it on its own for about an hour, 2 hours. Then I added in Faithful Friends, which is luscious berries and succulent pear mixed with freesia blossom, oh sweet as a faithful friend. Now, for those of you that have been watching my channel for a while, you will know I wasn't overly keen on this on its own. For those new to my channel, hello and welcome, and I wasn't keen on this. But yeah, so I decided to try mixing it, and it mixed really well with Birthday Wishes. So I have finished that off, and that's now gone. Another one that I finished off is Cherry Limeade, and this is zesty key lime, sweet cherry and juicy berry, a delicious scent reminiscent of a soda fountain drink. This one has been discontinued from the Spring Summer catalogue. Whether it comes back next year, who knows? Oh, it's a bit juicy. No, if it comes back next year, I will obviously buy some more. But for me, I found that Disney Pixar's Cars Radiator Springs Wax had a similar note, or not similar feel, but similar scent profile. So I didn't rush to put this in my Scentsy Club because the Cars bar is in my Scentsy Club. And I try and not have too many that are too similar in my Scentsy Club. Then from the Valentine's Day 2021 collection, Best Berries and Petal Pals. So again, like Faithful Friends, wasn't overly keen on them on their own. Mixed together, they work quite nice. So finish these off. Best Berry, the scent description is strawberry and raspberry rendezvous over silky sweet spun sugar, and it's, to me, it's just a synthetic berry fragrance. Then Petal Pals was playful notes of pink rose and peony share a whipped marshmallow treat, and it was just like a sweet synthetic floral. There were other ones that I much prefer to this, such as Blooming Beach. For me, Blooming Beach was much nicer than this. So, didn't go in my Scentsy Club, wasn't overly keen on them, wouldn't rebuy them. Then we have Moana Spirited Motunui, and the scent description of this is watery melon, pineapple and plumeria depict a lush island paradise rich with tradition. And this one is a really fresh tropical fruit smell. Really like this one. This one is in my Scentsy Club, and I don't think it will be leaving anytime soon. Has now been discontinued, but the joy of Scentsy Club, as I've spoken of many times before, is the always get my bar perk. So as long as that's in my Scentsy Club, I will still get it. Then we have Pixar's Monstropolis from Monsters Inc. And the scent description of this is: a monster dose of mandarin, watermelon, pineapple and lush palms await a world like no other. And I almost get like a grape scent from this, but there's no grape in the description. But sometimes we will pick up notes that aren't listed. Could be that there's something in there that just makes us think of that scent. So that's again another one that's in my Scentsy Club and will be staying for quite some time. Then we have Vanilla Bourbon. So this was from the Father's Day collection this year. And the scent description of this is: warm vanilla and a smooth sip of bourbon mingle under a hint of nutmeg. And as I said before, it kind of gives me a rich caramelised rice pudding vibe. I've tended to warm this one in the kitchen just because I think that's where it suits most of all. But that's a nice one. I do have a few bars of it because I was given 2 bars by someone who didn't like it. So not complaining at that. Then another bar that I wasn't keen on. So this is Strawberry Champagne Truffle from the 10 Years in Europe collection that was launched earlier this year. Have 3 cubes left and I won't be saddened when they are gone. So this is fresh strawberries, creamy vanilla and a splash of champagne will make any celebration. Well, I wasn't celebrating this one when I first sniffed it. To me it kind of reminds me of like an old-fashioned pool hall, and I've said that since day one. I have kind of excuse me, I have kind of warmed to it. I don't dislike it as much as I did when I first smelled it, but I wouldn't rebuy it. If they produced another collection that was a set bundle and there was a bar of this in it, then I wouldn't like throw it away. I would warm it, but it's certainly not one that I would kind of actively repurchase. Then from the Catch and Z's collection earlier on in the year, we have Sleep Happy, which is drift off into dreamland where delicate violet and bergamot rest on musk clouds. This one was quite nice. I do have 2 cubes of it left. Wasn't my favourite, so I am just trying to work my way through these now, especially some of the bars where there's less than half a bar left. I am trying to use them up, mainly just to make way for some new ones really, because I picked up the Glamorous You collection, so that's another 5 bars, so I kind of need to finish off some of the old ones to make room for the new. So then I think this was this September's? No, this was July's scent of the month. So this is Stargazing, and the scent description is: star-kissed petals shine through fluffy cotton and soft vanilla clouds, making all your celestial dreams come true. Love the packaging. It's been likened to a grown-up jammy time, and it is very similar to jammy time. Personally, I think I actually prefer jammy time to this. If jammy time was discontinued, it would go into my Scentsy Club, I think. This one hasn't, isn't, won't. It's nice, but it's just not nice enough to go in over jammy time. And to be honest, I kind of get the vibe of jammy time with vanilla. There's definitely vanilla in this, but no, it's not unpleasant. It's nice. It is a nice one, and I think if you like jammy time, you will like it. Unless you don't like vanilla, in which case you probably wouldn't. Then from my stash we have around the campfire. So the description of this is: make some memories in the mountain air as notes of fresh fallen wood and smoky embers help set the scene. And I know so many people dislike this, but I absolutely love it. I now regret stocking up and taking it out of my Scentsy Club. I shouldn't have done that. If it comes back, then this will go back into my Scentsy Club. I'm 99% certain of it. Or depending on how many bars I have left in my stash, of course. Then another bar from my Scentsy Club, which is Palm Trees and Ocean Breeze, and I believe this was April's scent of the month, I want to say. Yeah, April. I think it was April's scent of the month. Or was it May? Maybe May's. Yeah, it was May's scent of the month. So the scent description is: bright palm leaf and fresh coconut water sway to the rhythm of an ocean breeze. And it's really fresh and tropical without being fruity. And it does last quite a while. I have it out there in a mini warmer on my landing, and it's been on probably it's probably been on 3 or 4 days now, and you can still smell it. I would say that when I turn off at night, so probably talking a good 30 hours from 1 cube. But it is fading now, but you can still smell it when you walk past. Then we have Scarlet Sunflower. So this is one of the 10 new scents released this year, or this autumn, and the description is: juicy apple and a hint of red cranberry are brightened by a scarlet sunflower turning to face the sun. And this one is really, really nice. Wasn't what I was expecting. It doesn't, to me, it's not as floral as you would expect, but it is really nice. Then we have Apple Blossom Breeze. So this one was, I think, June's scent of the month, maybe. And this is a really nice one. So the scent description of Apple Blossom Breeze is: delicate apple blossom and jasmine flutter in a sweet, cool breeze. And this one is really nice as well. If you like light, fresh florals, this is a really nice one. And this one is currently still available as of the 23rd, 24th of August. So that's a nice one. Then we have another one that I wasn't overly keen on, which was from the Summer Bring Back My Bark collection. So this is Coconut Vanilla Orchid, and the scent description is: alluring orange zest, coconut milk and silky vanilla orchid. And I wasn't keen on this one. It's okay. Excuse me. It's okay. It's not really one of my favourites. I'm not keen on it. Working my way through it slowly, and I wouldn't repurchase it. Then we have Ursula Poor Unfortunate Souls from the Disney Villains collection. So this is an alluring potion of wild blackberry, scarlet raspberry and bubbly goji berry wrapped up in vengeful vanilla silk will leave you spellbound. And this one is really nice. It's really, really hard to describe it because there's nothing else that I've smelt that smells like this. I really wouldn't know how to describe it. I don't get any vanilla. It's quite fruity. It is fruity, but I don't get that creamy vanilla-ness. But for me, it's not a fantastic performer. In something like Time to Reflect or my Bubbled Blue Ombre, it does perform better than in a lower wattage one like my Etched Core and mini ones. It just doesn't perform very well, and it also doesn't last very long. It is in my Scentsy Club now. I have put it back in, but I just cannot decide whether I want to keep having it. simply because I do really like it, but equally it just doesn't perform that well. So we'll see. We'll see. Then for another limited time offering is Aladdin's Genie 3 Wishes. So this is Set the Genie Free. Big, bold notes of juicy blueberry, sugared plums and ripe blackberry burst over sparkling cranberry for a fragrance with phenomenal cosmic powers. And this one has been a real powerhouse. I've only used one cube and it lasted ages. And it did perform really well. I find some of the licensed bars are quite hit and miss. Like this, for me, performance-wise, is a miss. This one is a definite hit. This has gone into my Scentsy Club just because it does last so well. How long it stays in there, I'm not sure. I do think it's one that I could get fed up of, but certainly for now, it's in my club. Excuse me, just have a quick sip. So then, in all the August gift box, I had a sample cup of September's scent of the month, which will be Opal Flowers, and this is so nice. There's rose petals or rose blossom, something like that. Okay, so the scent description for Opal Flowers is lush raspberry entwined with flowering lily of the valley and rose petals shimmer like a precious stone. And I love lily of the valley, so it was no surprise to me that I did really like this. I really like it. I'm not sure it's club worthy. The reason I say that is it's quite strong, but I find it fizzles out really quickly. So I'm not sure. It might go in my club for a few months just to grab a few more bars. But I think if I had to cut my club down, this would probably be one that went, maybe. So that's all the Scentsy waxes. I have one non-Scentsy wax this time, which is Owen Drew's inspired by Tuscan leather, and I absolutely love this fragrance. It's just rich and masculine, and it's nothing like Scentsy sheer leather. It's a lot deeper and richer and less cologne-like. This one is just such a nice one. Absolutely love that scent. And then that's all my waxes this time, and then I've diffused a few oils. So the oils, I have diffused jasmine and white tea, and this one was really light. It's really nice, but for me, when it's diffusing, it is quite light. I may actually try mixing it with something else, just to give it a go. Then from the new catalogue, we have peppermint and vanilla, and this reminds me a bit like a candy cane, because it's got that really punchy sweet peppermint, and then just that slight, I think it's just a slight hint of vanilla. It's not it's not like a bakery peppermint, it is more like a candy peppermint. But it's just so nice. Really, really like that one. Then from the 2020 Harvest collection, which I picked up in the clearance section, which is still available, I've gone through the 3 oils. So the first one is rosemary shortbread, which you really get the rosemary and hints of like, well, not hints, it's quite forward, like the buttery note with just a slight hint of sweetness. That one was really nice diffusing. Then we have Graham Cracker Crumble, which is there. And this one, it's more of, I don't know what Graham crackers smell like, but to me this is like a buttery toffee, sweet buttery toffee. I did really enjoy diffusing that one. And then Matcha Chamomile. So this one was a bit of a wild card for me, because when I first smelt it, I really wasn't sure. But I had it diffusing pretty much all day, and I was really surprised just how nice it was. So I was tempted to pick up another set in the clearance, but I thought I have quite a lot of oils and they tend to last a hell of a lot longer than wax, just because like in a standard size 15ml bottle, like I don't know if you can see, no you won't be able to see, but at the moment the level is up to about there, yeah, so about there, and you just like, you know, both my diffusers, so my premium one and the deluxe, I use probably use 4 to 5 in the premium one there and 6 to 7 in the deluxe, and they just last so long. So given that we have this year's Harvest Autumn collection coming out, I think it's the 20th of September, I thought I probably want those as well, so just try and work my way through these. And that's it for this week from what I've warmed and diffused over the last 2 and a bit weeks. So I hope that was useful, helpful, enjoyable, helped pass the time of day, helped waste some time. So until next time, thank you for joining me. Take care, stay safe and happy warming. See you soon.